Thank you for joining us for our second day in Yellowstone National Park. Today we will be traveling the lower loop and see many beautiful sights, the most famous being Old Faithful Geyser. If you're a permanent resident or a U.S. citizen and have a permanent disability, you can apply for a free access pass. This pass enabled us to get into several parks on our trip, plus get a discount for our camping site. What a great program! Here are some photos of our campsite at Canyon Village. There were warning signs to keep food inside to prevent bears. Here is Chet's cot. We ordered it online and made the mistake of not trying to put it together at home first. The tent that is supposed to go over top the cot didn't stay on, so Chet got a good view of the stars and kept his bear spray always close by. All the supplies we needed to unload. Alex likes to wander off if I don't hold his hand, so together we tried to help, but Chet was so much faster at unpacking the car. Our site, 240, was very nice and not far from the restrooms. I did not find an accessible toilet, and the stalls were very difficult to get into if caregiver assistance is needed. Our drive this morning, it is Sunday morning. We're headed towards Old Faithful, and we're going to do more of Yellowstone today, and then we'll be camping in a different camping site in Yellowstone later today. Drive between Canyon Village and Norris is mostly pine trees. It's really pretty. Quiet road. We haven't seen any animals on this road yet this morning. This national park map shows our journey from Canyon Village, where we camped, to the Norris Geyser Basin. This area is interesting, but know that there is limited accessibility with uneven surfaces and some stairs. Online, the National Park Service has this map of the trail that will help determine your route if you have accessibility concerns. Make sure to use the bathroom before you hike because there aren't any on the trail. We didn't need water, but bring it if you need it. No pets are allowed, and you must stay on the path to prevent injury. The Norris Geyser Basin is where two fault lines meet. They experienced a 7.4 earthquake in this area in 1959. The Norris Museum was built in 1929. It serves as a museum as well as an entrance into the Norris Geyser Basin. The building is a National Historical Landmark made of stone and log. There is an information desk if you have any questions. The highest temperature recorded at Yellowstone is 459 degrees Fahrenheit, and this was recorded in the Norris Geyser Basin at only 1,087 feet below the surface. There are very few places at Norris under the boiling point of 199 degrees Fahrenheit at this elevation. Pretty. Some pine trees.
Beats that sulfur smell.
There are signs all over warning you not to step off the trail. Many of the geysers are labeled. Some of the more popular ones will have additional information, such as Steamboat Geyser being the highest erupting geyser, and that it erupted in May. Steamboat's major eruptions can last between 3 to 40 minutes, but it doesn't erupt on a predictable schedule. Eruptions can happen after a few days or after many years.
Color blue. It bubbles a little bit in the middle, I think. See? You're looking.
Sure which way to go, so we guessed, and we guessed right. We were just lucky. Ekenes acid geyser rarely erupted between 1878 to 1948, but now has periods of activity. It regularly erupted in the 1990s. The fountain can be 40 to 60 feet. The spine-shaped objects around the geyser were built by iron, arsenic, and silica deposits. This is the largest acid water geyser in the world, and it is nearly as acidic as vinegar with a temperature of 176.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
Cool, right?
having a good time? I see a smile there. Yeah?
This area north is a nice surprise. I didn't realize that it was even here. After watching all those travel videos, I just didn't see it. We got here this morning, and we were very surprised at such a great trail. All these geysers, beautiful pools of different colored water, and it's pretty quiet. We came here early in the morning, and it's very quiet. But look at this cool thing. It's called Puff and Stuff Geyser. That's really cool. Let's see if I can get closer. Oh, that's far away. That's neat. I think I like that one the best this morning. Now it's really quiet this morning. If it was wound up, we would be bringing a wheelchair, and it might be a little rough on these areas of just sand, dirt path. Most of it is boardwalk, so it's nice, but hard to say, might be difficult with a wheelchair. And if he was getting wound up, we would have to bring a wheelchair, because there's areas that if you go off the trail and an impulsive move, you would be dangerous. Some areas smell like sulfur more than others. This area is rather stinky. Blue mud steam vent. This one's cool. It's kind of boring. This is the Yellow Funnel Spring. I like how the rocks sort of go around the outside edge of this one. We'll see it from a different angle in a minute. This one's for you, bud. It's called Pork Chop Geyser. And look at this. So they can get a little closer. It's shaped like a pork chop. His name is Dr. Morgan's Pork Chop in 1961. Began to erupt in 1971. And for the next 14 years, Pork Chop occasionally erupted through a tiny vent, earning the name of Pork Chop Geyser. In 1985, Pork Chop Geyser erupted and did not stop exploding until several years later. Wow. Imagine the geyser exploding and hurling rocks towards you. That happened to 8 park visitors on September 5th, 1985. Pork Chop narrow vent became constricted and rattled below water and steam. Heat pressure intensified until Pork Chop blew up, throwing rocks more than 200 feet. Unfortunately, the astonished visitors were not hurt. The upended rocks you see today because of the small hydrothermal explosion they witnessed. Pork Chop's eruptions are now rare, sometimes years apart. Nobody knows where the surprise Pork Chop has in store. No one will tell. That description is from Parks. Very interesting. It's called Vixen Geyser.
Its temperature can be 195 degrees Fahrenheit. The eruption is erratic. It can last from seconds to 50 minutes, and the steam can go from 5 to 30 feet tall.
This is Fearless Geyser. Just look at the bubbles on the top. This is Monarch Geyser Crater. It's interesting. Everyone's a little different. All in the same area. There's some more here in the distance. Oh, this one's really bubbling back. Little bird. It's got a grayish blue head. It's got something. Something in his mouth.
Says the Minute Geyser's larger west vent is clogged with rocks tossed in by earlier visitors. It once erupted every minute to a height of 40 to 50 feet, but it is now irregular. Removal of the clogging rocks would require heavy machinery, which would damage the geyser. This sign reminds us not to throw anything into the geysers.
Or what?
More crowded.
Yeah,
Now we
birds.
got here early. Not more people now. This is Elk Park on the way to Madison. Just got done the Norris Geysers. That was nice. We got tired towards the end, walking back up to the museum, but we made it. Pearl Spring.
This is called Firehole Canyon Drive. It is a 2-mile, one-way drive for cars with places to pull over.
There's the river on the right, which is really pretty. And you go the canyon next to the river. It's a pretty drive.
There is a cold water swimming area along this road, but we didn't go. The Firehall Falls are 40 feet high with thick lava flow canyon walls.
There's a waterfall down here. It's a short little drive worth taking. Some people are hiking down to see the falls better. You can hear the water down. Get a better shot of it. Firehall Falls. It looks like an osprey nest. What do you think, buddy?
Maybe.
Or an eagle nest? That's wild.
Maybe osprey.
Alright, you're supposed to stop along the road, but no one's behind us, right? just sitting on the banks watching the fly fish. This is Fountain Plant Drive. We're busy with traffic right now. There's bison way in the distance. We should be able to get there closer. In a minute.
There's some bison here.
One must be really deep because the one guy is up to his waist, the other people are up to mid-thigh. It must be some incredible thing to fly fish with the bison so close. I wonder if they're catching anything.
Born in April and May. We were surprised to see how many young bison there were. They are reddish and tan at birth and start turning brown at 2.5 months.
More fly fishermen. Here's one nursing.
We are now in the Lower Geyser Basin area.
Do you like this one, Alex?
I love the bubbling mud pots. They're my favorite. This sign let us know that the mud pits change with the seasons. In the spring, it spits out thin, sloppy mud, but when it is drier, thick bubbles ooze through the cracks and form cone-shaped mounds. This sign is about the 1959 Hebgen Lake earthquake, which was 25 miles northwest, which caused this area to change from a grassy knoll to what we are seeing today. In this area, there were steps. We had Alex get out of his wheelchair and go down the steps while Chet carried the wheelchair down.
I don't think I can do it.
See the people on the hill? They get a really good view up there, but I think it's a bit much for us to go up there. I believe these are bison tracks. Please let me know in the comments if you know for sure. We asked another tourist to take our photo. Look, a poor little kid lost his hat. It's too dangerous to retrieve it.
This area is called Black Sand Basin. Let's see what we find.
This area is named for the sand from the black volcanic glass. Microscopic organisms live here called the thermophiles. Thermo meaning heat and philes meaning lovers. Colorless or yellow live in the hottest waters. Orange, brown, and green live in cooler waters. Some orange thermophiles exist in the area where Cliff Geyser drains. Cliff Geyser's average temperature is 174.3 degrees Fahrenheit. We are in the Upper Geyser Basin area.
You're getting sprinkled by the geysers.
of these signs are so helpful. This one tells us that there's year-round life even in the hottest thermal areas. The wolf spider hunts insects that feed on the bacteria and the algae found in the thermal regions. The thermal areas also help larger animals, such as elk and bison, by melting the snow in the winter, which makes foraging easier. We have now arrived at Old Faithful. We stopped for lunch at the Old Faithful General Store Grill for bison brats, which we ate on the steps outside. They were very good. This is the beautiful Old Faithful Inn. It was busy and noisy today. Here's a sign to tell you when Old Faithful is expected to erupt next. Get there early for a good seat.
Here, Elliot, smile. Elliot, stand
Does it even look like water? It just looks like smoke coming out. Now doesn't it just like, it looks like it's just smoke coming out. Now here look at the water. I guess the longer it takes, the bigger it gets.
Another day?
Wait, Mom, if you like...
We traveled to the lake area above where we will camp at Grant Village tonight. We met this nice guy on the trail that said hello to Alex with his cute mask.
Perfect. Thank you.
The Yellowstone Lake is shaped like a hand with its fingers spread apart. The large West Bay area is called the Thumb. The West Thumb Geyser Basin area. The Abyss Pool is one of the deepest hot springs in Yellowstone, at 53 feet deep. This is Yellowstone Lake. June is a great time to see beautiful wildflowers. This is nonverbal. At times it can be very difficult to know if he's having a good time. Here he looks very serious, but he was calm. We think he was having a good time. Saw some birds on the lake. There's a great view of the mountains and lake along the boardwalk. Cone is about 23 feet from the shoreline. Sometimes it's under the water when the water is high. Big Cone has rare eruptions of about a foot in height. Many interesting trees. It is very clear.
Looks like a ruddy duck. I'd have to look him up, but
Here's another interesting tree.
Oh, this creepy one. Like this one's black and it's right here. Next to it is white. like blueberry boba drink. Clouds are so pretty in the sky.
After a long but wonderful day of sightseeing, we drove to the campsite at Grant Village.
This was in our vehicle, either in the vehicle or hanging off the back of the vehicle.
The problem with camping in the van is that you have to take everything out in order to put the air mattress up. So that way you can put the seats into the floor. And then we leave some stuff out that the bears can't get, like the bicycle and that kind of thing. And we pack all the food back into the car. Just making noodles and noodles tonight. We had a nice lunch, and so we're eating lighter this evening. Alex is wandering around, so I have to keep an eye. Chet is sleeping in the van tonight instead of his cot outside because of the bears, cougars, I think they said, and the wolves that have been giving them a problem lately. Chet's using his new propane grill with his new hands. Water.
Thank you for joining us in Yellowstone. We are going to bike the Grand Teton National Park tomorrow. Please join us and subscribe.